So what makes you a leader, or what can make you a better leader? This is a nice little conversation I had with my son recently. So I asked him, I said, do you want to be a leader or do you want to be a follower? Do you want a shortcut? You know, out of my 40 years, I can tell you some little tip that I figured out later that might help you now. And he said, yeah, of course. I said, do you want to be the 90% of human beings or the 10%? He said, the 10%. I said, okay. I said, you'll notice that generally, human beings don't like to make decisions. It can literally go, and you can relate now to this or imagine your life. It goes from the little, small things all the way to the bigger, complicated things. So it can go from literally choosing where to order from or which restaurant you should go to, and you'll always notice in a group, most people are like, anything, whatever you guys want, let's see. Nobody wants to really make a decision except usually that one person that does their research or says, let's go here, and then people follow. And I just gave you a very small example. It can go all the way to somebody being in a very unhealthy, toxic job, or in an abusive relationship, or they're simply miserable, but they never leave. And you think, logically, how are they still there? Because all the logic and the facts are saying, you should leave. It's so obvious for everybody around you except you. But you notice that they're not leaving. They're not leaving what seems to be obvious. So the big question, now I gave you a smallest example all the way to a complicated one. What do you think is the emotion that is causing so many people to be indecisive and not wanting to make any decision? It's one emotion actually, only one. It's not a complicated answer. Think for a second and I'll tell you now. It's fear. People are afraid to disappoint. So when they recommend a movie or it's a very little, small fear in that example that, maybe they won't like it. Maybe I won't enjoy the meal if I say, let's go here. And then in the complicated one, they're afraid of the unknown. They're afraid to leave an abusive husband because they're like, I don't know if I'll ever find love again. Or I have responsibilities, or where will my income come from? Or this job is my salary, it's my stability. Even though I'm not enjoying it, I don't know if I'll find a better job. So you see, fear is a paralyzer. It makes us not make decisions. And sometimes we need to make bigger decisions in our life. So if you want to be a leader, or you want to be different, start to make decisions. And the better you become at decision making, the better of a leader you are.